Hello and good evening. In this story, what if love could build a bridge, not just between hearts, but between the sea and sky? This is the story of Yong and Jess and the world their love created. The Sea Princess and the Prince of the Morning, a fairy tale love story created by Jessprosia. If the Sea Princess and the Prince of the Morning moved your heart, consider supporting my writing journey on Ko-fi. Every cup helps me craft new stories, poems, and fairy tales, each one written with soul for those who still believe in timeless love. Your support brings more stories for me to life. It brings hope, healing, and magic to the world one page at a time. Also, the stories included in my book, Petals Between Planets, fairy tale collection for Young soon, so please check it out. The link is on the description. Thank you. Once, when the earth was young and the seas shimmered like fields of grass, there lived a mermaid princess named Yong. Her voice was the treasure of the ocean, a melody that softened even the fiercest storms. And there was a human prince named Jess, whose heart beat not for crowns or conquest, but for the songs that danced upon the tide. When they were children, the sea emperor and the human emperor, reading the ancient signs written in stars and salt, betrothed them, not from ambition, but because they saw a bond already alive in the souls of their children. Jess would often stand on the cliffs, black hair tousled by the salty wind, waiting for a glimpse of Yong or a thread of her song carried by the breeze. "I am hers," he would whisper to himself, gazing into the endless blue. "I am hers, even if the whole world forgets me." And Yong, deep beneath the coral gardens of the sea, would sometimes pause during her royal duties, turning her gaze toward the distant shimmer of the surface, wondering if the boy still remembered her, if he still dreamed of her voice. When they grew older, they married, adjoining not just of hearts but of realms, the land and the sea. Their people celebrated for days under the twin arches of firework and foam, yet not even joy is not without its shadows. It was one such morning, Yong's hair glittering with salt and light, that she voiced her fears. "I fear I am burdened," Yong whispered, tossed drawing circles in the wet sand. "I fear I cannot be enough, not for the sea, not for the land, and not for you." Jess took her trembling hands in his eyes steady as earth bore into hers. "Yong," he said, voice like a vow, "you are the dream that both sea and land have forgotten they need. You are not a burden. You are a bridge between our worlds." The kingdoms could not agree. Would Jess abandon the lands of the sun and stone to live beneath the waves? Or would Yong forsake her ocean, her tale, her people, to walk forever on land? Jess spent many restless nights lying awake beside her seaside palace, reaching across the empty bed where Yong should be, feeling only cold sheets. At dawn, when the tide was low, they would meet by the shore. They made it their sacred time. From morning until noon every day, they would talk barefoot in the sand, sharing their hearts while the world slept around them. Still, doubts clung to Yong like seaweed in a storm. Seeing this, Jess decided to bring her gifts, not gold or pearls but songs. Every morning he brought a new song, written in the quiet hours of night, sung in the tender hush of joy, songs for her, songs of her. One morning Jess sang, "You are the hush between two tides, the breath between two winds, the star that stayed when all others fled." Creatures of land and sea came to listen, dolphins leaping through the surf, deer pausing in the thickets, gulls crying overhead. Even the elder whales and the hidden foxes stopped, listening with wide, tear-bright eyes, as if Jess and Yong sang together. The world itself seemed to weep. The very stones swept, the kelp bowed low, and the rivers ran clear. On a misted afternoon, while carving shells into pendants, Jess shared with Yong an old legend. There was once a time, he began, when the sea loved the river beyond reason. The sea nourished the river, filled it with dreams, sang lullabies, but the river, one day it saw the earth, the trees, the soil, the fire of the mountains, and it yearned for something new. It left the sea, eloping with the land, and the sea in her sorrow sang until even the sky wept. Yong touched his cheek gently, understanding the sorrow threaded through his words, but Jess continued, "The river always remembered the sea. It carried her in its depths, and one day, they say the river will find its way back into her arms." Tears slipped down Yong's face and said, "Then let's sing the reunion to being," she said. It was when they decided to act. Jess sought out the Sea Emperor, his beloved's father, rowing out into the sacred waters under a blood-red moon. When the Sea Emperor rose from the waves, a crown of coral and stars upon his brow, Jess knelt. "My lord," Jess said, the voice steady though his heart pounded. "Tell me what I must do. I would tear mountains from their roots if it meant I could be with her." The Sea Emperor's voice rolled like thunder. "You must command your people to build a bridge," he said, "not of common stone, but of the world's most beautiful treasures, opal, sapphire, pearl, marble kissed by starlight. Build it at the place where land and sea kiss. Only during the lowest tide, beneath the full moon, will you be able to cross." Jess vowed it would be done. Thus began the greatest labor of love the world had ever seen. Jess rallied his people, and together they built the bridge, singing as they worked, their hearts bound to the stones. Each morning, before the building began, Jess and Yong stood together, lifting their prayers to the sky. They sang, "Stones of love, stones of light, O mother of earth, O cradle of waves, we gather your jewels, your bones of old stars. Grant us the strength to forge a path of hearts. O breath of mountains, O blood of deep rivers, which stack each stone with longing and hope, bind sea and shore with threads of dawn. O keeper of tides, O weaver of winds, bless every hand, every weary soul. Let sweat and tears plant gardens in stone. O song of the shells, O light of the loam, we lift up our burdens as gift to the sky. Make firm the bridge where our hearts may meet. O mother of waters, O shaper of lands, sing with us now as we labor and dream. Guide each hammer blow with your ancient song. O soul of the earth, O pulse of the sea, bathe on the stones and awaken their fire. May they bear our love across forever shore." At last the bridge shimmered complete, a path of dreams stitched across tide and spray. During every full moon, Jess and Yong would meet there, dancing barefoot upon the stones, hands clasped, hearts full. Yet Yong dreamed of more, a world without tides pulling them apart. One night, she sang to the sea goddess, weeping her prayer into the stars. The sea goddess answered, "Only if you and your prince can heal the rift between sea and river. Only if your song can reunite them will I grant you a world of your own." Hand in hand, Jess and Yong stood where river meets sea and sang, "When the river found the sea. Child of the valley, I came roaring, wild with sorrow, How you fled me once, O endless unanswering sea. Now hear my trembling song, would you take me once again? My tides scorned you, my depths turned their face away, yet in my loneliness, your silver voice haunted my dreams. Come now, dear river, my arms are wide, my heart aching. Through broken cliffs I stumbled, through battered stones I wept. Even mountains could not hold me from your vast embrace. Grant me forgiveness, O sea, for this wandering heart. O beloved river, I was proud and foolish, deep and cool. I wore crowns of salt and thought myself queen of all shores. But I am only myself, away waiting for your hand. You bring your broken songs, and I weave them into my tides. In my arms, no sorrow will wither, no river shall be lost. I bow to your boundless heart, vast sea who calms my rage. Let me be your laughter again, your child of wandering storms. You are the breath between my waves, the stillness in my roar. You are the home I sought in every winding bend of earth. Let us be one current, one river singing into one sea. Let us carve a world where all rivers and sea kiss as one. The earth shuddered, the river slowed, its wildness soothed. The seas opened wide in welcome. A spiral of light burst forth from the heart of the bridge, spinning a portal to a new world. Go, said the sea goddess, her voice like the hush of an eternal tide. Go and build a kingdom where no tide can steal you from one another. Hand in hand, Jess and Yong stepped through. Beyond lay a land untouched by sorrow, golden skies, endless seas, forests that sang, and there they built a new empire where mer and human lived not as strangers but as one. And that night, Yong sang lullabies beneath twin moons, Jess's hand in hers, while their children of both tide and soil, slept safe at the hole in the world where their love had won. And across that endless sky, the first song always remained. You are the hush between two tides, the breath between two winds, the star that stayed when all others fled. Their ballad, the ballad of Yong and Jess, became the first hymn sung across the new world. And love strong enough to mend rivers, heal oceans, and build forever. This piece is dedicated to my dearest sunshine, Kim Yong-sun. Please show her your love and support on her channel, Solarcido. She's the heart behind so much of the light I share here. If you enjoy poems, short stories, and heartfelt journeys like this one, stay a while and see if any of my work resonates with you. I'd love for you to consider subscribing if you find a piece of your heart here. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what new story formats or poems you'd love to see. Your voice helps shape this growing storybook we're building here. Thank you for walking this world with me. Have a nice day.